little reference on the 1v1 side of things, of course. The 4 players in the winners final that we'll be seeing in just a second. Vortex and Reaper both made it into the top 3 in the singles side of the tournament last weekend. And of course, Tiger ended up winning. But it did go down to game number 10 against Tiger, with Vortex just barely losing in the final game of that set, and Tiger just barely eking it out in the end. So like you were saying, yeah, I actually agree that I think this is going to be, I think, a new age. Tiger still hasn't lost in the 1v1 side of things, but last time, Vortex and Reaper did win in the reset, I think. After Tiger and Jerryk did manage to find a reset, Vortex and Reaper did manage to get that championship. So we're going to see it start off right now. Jerry and Tiger already getting things going underway, getting a lot of damage into the mix.
No, actually, Reaper and Vortex went into grands on the winner's side. It was Tiger and Jerryk that went down. Tiger and Jerryk ended up getting knocked down in the losers bracket, 3-1 by Reaper and Vortex. Then they fought through the losers, came back up into grand finals, and got 3-1 yet again. So you talk about how close it was between Tiger in singles. That was not the case in doubles. It was heavy-handedly favoring Reaper and Vortex. I expect something similar this week as well. Maybe not quite as definitive, but I still see Reaper and Vortex coming out on top here. Coming in early with the the Bryn pick and the Barraza pick. Loving the high defense from Reaper coming out. On the other side, we see Jerryk coming in with the Glowbox crossover, the Cassidy pick. That's 2 Rainman crossovers coming into this game, as we see a lot of players getting knocked out.
Yeah, and right off the bat, you saw that Jerryk opportunity, just getting the uppercut right off the top from the gravity cancel. Perfect opportunity to get that advantage in the set. Tiger still holding on to his first stock, but just barely the ground pound coming out off to the right, the left, and that's going to be Vortex getting that KO. Jerry falling as well, so the advantage in the set is going to be swinging very harshly in the favor of Vortex and Reaper with that double KO. And this is going to switch this momentum around quite a bit. We're probably going to see a little bit of a backstep here from this red team. But it looks like Reaper with the blasters right now doing a great job of just getting damage built up on the new stock on Tiger. And Tiger over on the right side now getting the switch up. The neutral light onto Vortex, getting him off on the right and getting that separation. The neutral air, finding that KO is actually going to be huge. And the little team damage isn't even going to matter either. Reaper's not out yet, and Vortex comes in right in the nick of time to help save him just a little bit longer and almost finding the KO onto Jerryk on the right, but we are going to be seeing it come down a little bit closer right now as both teams start collapsing on one another.
Now, Jerryk started to go down early and continued to go down, taking more damage than anyone else in this game consistently throughout the entire match. But it was really Tiger stepping it up and being a second stock Samuel and just swinging signatures left and right. He's still keeping it going. He is keeping the red team as in this as they are. Even though they're extremely behind now in his second stock, he really made up for Jerryk going down as early as he did.
This is where it comes down to the wire now. Vortex getting comboed right now. Oh, just barely gets bounced out, but it doesn't really matter. He is real deep in the red, and he has 3 stocks to go through. He does find 1 KO, almost finds the second. Vortex making the way back. That's going to be a second. So now we have the 2v1 almost complete in favor of Tiger. Reaper only really needs a side air to force Tiger off stage, but Tiger, you know, is still the 1v1 victor, the championship from last weekend. Tiger already, look at the damage. He's closed the gap almost completely. Now Reaper, of course, using the axe, doesn't need too many attacks, but Tiger is so close. The side air, the neutral air, no weapon in hand. The recovery, though, almost grounded. It is going to turn things around. The side air weapon throw, it's going to catch him. Reaper finding that KO, just barely scraping by and salvaging that game number 1 in the grand finals to take that set advantage. But oh my gosh, Tiger could have taken that in just as much time. That was incredibly close.
That game had no business being as close as it was. That was all on the back of Tiger. Jerryk owes Tiger at least one lunch for that, putting out over 800 damage while Jerryk put out 270. We're going to go to the same map again, same character picks as well for everybody in this game. Tiger getting a double D-Light on 3 people in this game, including his teammate, but still, so much damage was done to the blue team, grabbing that not 2 combo on so many people.
I mean, honestly, it's worth it. You're getting double the damage out on every single player. Overall, like the net worth of that is just so high. And Tiger's still getting a lot of damage out. Jerryk still getting a lot of damage out. I mean, Tiger's barely even in the orange. That's almost no damage taken in the, a 2v2 scenario. Vortex looking for a little bit of assistance here, giving it over to Reaper, trying to help his teammate get back to stage. Jerryk just, going wild on the glow box signatures. That's going to be a KO off on the left side for Tiger. A lot of those high damage attacks coming out from the aerial side of things. A real aerial Andy, you could call him. But Vortex trying to chase into the sky, looking for a little bit. Jerryk is going to just pull him right out of there with that hammer, and this is just going all over the place. And finally, Jerryk losing that first stock. But even so, there's so much damage built on the blue team that even with all the advantages right now, coming in from this first game, the second game is just completely looking different right off the bat.
So let's talk about this Nash pick for a second from Tiger. It's obviously doing extremely well. You see what it's doing in 2v2. You see what it's doing in the 1v2. But we've known from Tiger to play like a Bryn in 2s or a Hattori in 2s, sometimes bringing in the Koji in 2s. This Nash is only level 23, so he doesn't even have the black color scheme unlocked. And you're seeing him use the light attack kit, the signature kit so well, keeping his team now in the lead here and almost taking game 1 earlier, but keeping themselves in the lead in game 2. Tiger's Nash is scary. His hammer is fantastic. His spear is amazing. His mastery of the signature kit in such a short time on this character, incredible.
I mean, I completely agree. And I'm actually really happy to see it coming out in the SEA region because we have seen it come out quite a bit from the South American region. I think that's where we've seen it from the most, out of the likes of Fiend and DB a few times in the past as well. I could be wrong on the second one, and he can correct me later. But, oh my gosh, already in a 2v1, Jerryk taking the fall. He did only have 1 stock left. Of course, Reaper and Vortex both have only a single stock left. Tiger with the double stock standing right now, so he has a lot of room to work with. He can fortunately take a fall now, and that's not ideal, of course. He is going to be taken out. Not too much damage dealt in this 2v1 in favor of Tiger, and the 2v1 means that in a blink of an eye, if caught within a team combo, a black hole, a vortex, whatever you want to call it, things can go very, very wrong. But Tiger right now getting the side air, forcing one player out. That's going to give him some time to 1v1 Vortex. Reaper finding his way back to the stage. The neutral sig not going to connect anything, but looking very close right now. The approaches. Vortex trying to cover that aerial space. The neutral air is not going to find the KO. Looking for the down air, and that is going to be 1 KO. Is this the follow-up number 2? Not quite yet, and there it is. Tiger this time taking it down with the 2v1. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. He almost pulled it off in game number 1, but game number 2 is going his favor this time. Jerryk, you owe him, like Spark, you were saying it. He owes him like
so
a full 3-course meal.
He owes him so much, and it's funny because on the end screen you have Jerryk holding up the trophy, and it's with like the scuffed glow box face where one eye is half closed and the other one is open. Like, it's so scuffed that Jerryk is the one holding up that trophy when Tiger is carrying these games so hard. There's no way to explain around it. Tiger is carrying.
He is absolutely dominating this. And, I love to see it because Tiger is a monster, and seeing him in any other form it wouldn't feel right. But right now, Reaper, Vortex trying to make things work. Tiger, no weapon, has barely taken any damage, and he's just been punishing people with the unarmed kit, which is, phenomenal on its face. But Tiger right now trying to make the spear work, trying to play a little bit of a spacing game. Reaper is going to catch him a little bit with the blaster. Jerryk off on the right side, on the left side. That's going to be a little bit of damage on the Vortex. Vortex backing off, and he's going to be going over onto Tiger. Tiger coming back into the middle, assisting Jerryk as he goes for the recovery. Does not connect onto Reaper. The down stick from Vortex, but is setting off to the left side. Reaper is going to be getting caught in that along with Tiger. Tiger finding the punish there with the side stick, and that's going to be stock number 1.
Jerryk Blaster's really starting to wake up this game, putting on a lot of damage, not taking too much. He has the hammer out, trying to find this KO. Not even the KO, he's not going to get that yet, but find some damage onto Reaper. Now, one thing that Tiger was doing really well last game is he was short hopping, pivoting his down airs, because the down air hitbox on Hammer will reach behind you a little bit first. So he was doing that facing away from his opponent, so the first hitbox that comes out is one that's going to pick up an opponent right behind it. He's using those really well. That helped clutch out the game, got the first KO. Then just the standard hammer play got the second one. Tiger's hammer is so scary. He's even taken out his own teammate, but they're very far in the lead here as Jerryk spawns in fresh on the second stock. Sidestick comes in, hits Reaper. If that would have been the other direction, he would have been gone for sure. A little bit of team damage, and Tiger punishes off of the hit stun from his team. Sidestick comes out from Jerryk.
That is going to be very big, as this lead is now 2 stocks above the blue team in total. Now, the blue team does have a long way to go to bring this back. This is only the winner's final. It's not like anyone's getting eliminated from this. It's just where people fall within the grand finals contention. That's going to drop the team combo. That's going to be a very big drop too. Tiger making his way in, and you could see just how the momentum completely shifted in favor of this red team as soon as he got right back into the mix, interrupting that team combo and not only punishing Reaper and Vortex at the same time, but almost finding that KO off the gravity cancel neutral stick off the top. That's very big stuff, and that's going to be a KO off the bottom. One more stock left. There it is. Sludge. Look at that. Look at the spear. He almost KO'd his teammate one more time there just to cap things off. But no, going to take that game down mere seconds before taking another stock off his teammate. But it wouldn't even matter anyway. Taking that dub is all that matters. Doesn't matter how many team stocks that you take in the first place. Either way, game number 3 going the way of Jerryk and Tiger. Now it's going to be 2-1 in the set.
It was much more healthy numbers coming out of the red team as well. Both of them picking up 3 KOs. Only 13 damage separated Tiger from Jerryk in that. So much more even split from him. That's exactly what you want to see. Definitely in preparation for these later games where you can't rely on your teammate to put out 700, 800 damage, 4 KOs, 5 KOs, 6 KOs every game. So Jerryk is definitely starting to wake up. Same thing, like Tiger's just waking up more. He started out awake. And he's still drinking coffee. He's still ready to go. He's got those smelling salts. He's taking cold showers. He's ready.
He's on the espresso IV drip. He doesn't even have to sip it. He's just got it going straight into his veins. The energy's just ready and raring to go. Vortex getting things started though, flipping things around a little bit, going over to the Bodvar pick, and that Bodvar pick actually looks like it's going to be working out right at the beginning here. The sword play coming out very, very nicely, and Jerryk taking quite a bit of punishment. Tiger though even more so as he's approaching that danger zone in the red and getting a little bit of unarmed damage. Still no weapon in hand. Jerryk just coming in for the save a little bit and with a little bit of a love tap there from the sideline. It looks like the punishment, Tiger getting taken out. That's the first stock going. And now Jerryk by himself for just a little bit almost found the KO onto Vortex as well. But things are just getting a little bit messy here for the red team as the blue team finds their stride and a little bit of a mix-up here with the Bodvar.
Instant coming out from Jerryk. That's going to be the knockout onto Reaper. That's going to leave Vortex all on his lonesome here. The stomp, that goofy corner interaction that you know can happen sometimes when you pick up a D-Light on the edge, doesn't let Jerryk find the side air for the KO onto Vortex. They've done actually a great job of putting out a lot of damage onto Jerryk. Once they got the KO onto Tiger, they did focus definitely on getting Jerryk from yellow to orange to red. Neutral sig comes out. Vortex still surviving on this first stock. Tiger down 6 off stage. Vortex punishes it, forcing Tiger onto his final stock. As much as Tiger was awake and Jerryk is waking up, it's the blue team now completely in the lead. 5 stocks to 3, now 4 stocks to 3.
In another stock getting taken as well in the mix of while you were just telling everyone what was going on. That was just crazy. So much going on at the same time. That's just the chaotic mess that really comes into play when you get into the middle of these 2v2 games. Now Vortex trying to take the stock off of Jerryk on the left, getting that pressure going. Tiger already reaching that danger zone in the red. He is 1 stock left to Jerryk's second stock. So Jerryk really should be taking this lead, but Tiger really does not care. He is just going in ready and rare to go, getting the stomp, that coach pitch. There's a turnaround side sig going, taking that stock off of Reaper. Vortex looks like he's going to get taken out as well, so the double coming out. There's the delayed double coming out in the favor of Tiger as he gets 2 stocks, and that's going to give a little bit of an advantage to this red team. But Tiger getting taken out is going to equalize the stocks by making it a 2v1. This is going to be a very dangerous position. Jerryk going very deep off the ledge, trying to find that KO. Is going to make his way back, but Vortex, having taken so much damage in the mix of that, he does have 2 stocks here. He can make things work right now, but he make the 2v1 work just as well as Tiger did. He has quite a bit of room left on this first stock, but the 2v1 here is very dangerous. Vortex and Reaper have a very scary 2v2 team setup here, and especially with their team combos, Jerryk looking for a little bit of disruption, has very little room to work with, and because it's a flat stage, no platforms around to save him, no weapons that spawn really coming in his favor, the map control being completely in the favor of Vortex and Reaper, just barely getting that wall touch. He has his work cut out for him if he's trying to find really any extended hitbox advantage. He finally finds the blasters, but how good is it going to do him this late in the game?
Here's where a Shipwreck is not friendly to the 1v2. You obviously have the tiny sidewalls, but like you said, talking about the soft platforms, it makes landing so difficult. He tried to land with the down air. He ended up hitting it onto Vortex, but immediately the rotation from Reaper, D-Light into the side air for the KO. Now, we did have the swap from Brawlhalla over to the Bodvar, and it looks like it played a little bit better for them. We didn't actually see any 2v1 combo setups with it just yet. They might have one in the pocket. I don't know if it's going to be as long or as strong as what we saw from the Brynn and the Brawlhalla combo, because, man, that one was one of the longer ones we've ever seen. Like, it's regular to see one, like, start midway through orange, and then they turn red, and there's a SIG, and it's, like, 4 steps. But Reaper and Vortex is one that we saw. Holy cow. It felt like it went on forever.
Yeah, that's like almost harkening back to the days in closed beta Brawlhalla where you had like combo contests in the subreddit with like the lads or something along those lines with what's the longest team combo that you could possibly create. Well, we have, I guess, another version of that coming down right now with Vortex and Reaper having just a phenomenal grasp on how they were supposed to throw that Brawlhalla Brynn combo together. But unfortunately for them, they can't really take that much advantage of it right now because they have the Bodvar pick. And so we'll see how the dynamic changes for them. It seems to change for the better, except for right now, Tiger finding that quick double KO, still holding on to his first stock, the only one in the match that is. And he's going to have to hold on to it for just a little longer if they want to have a little bit more of an advantage here. Tiger making his way back, just barely has enough to make it back. No edge guard coming in, not even necessary. A neutral light just going to be enough to take him out there. Very nice combo, taking Jerryk right off the top, almost a guaranteed kill. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, that almost got Tiger into orange. That was almost 100 damage that they just put out upon Tiger immediately spawning in. Now he is on his second stock, but they have to focus Tiger. Even though Jerryk has 1 stock left, he's the only one on his final stock, they still have to focus Tiger because Tiger still has that clutch opportunity. He's definitely playing a more clutch legend in the way he's playing it. The side 6 that he's throwing to the left side, getting a KO. Throwing one to the right side, getting a KO. He's done it with both weapons now. This Nash pick is definitely more clutch for him than I see Jerryk on this path, on this. So I think even though Jerryk is the one on his final stock, they have to focus Tiger. And that's kind of what they did. They took away that second stock. He's now on his final. Reaper and Vortex might be knocked out soon. There's the recovery. Reaper almost has enough to get back. Weapon cost now is going to deny it.
Vortex making the approach on Jerryk, trying to make those aerials work right now. The swings coming in, the stairs, the nairs, and that's going to be Vortex's second stock getting dropped by Tiger. And Tiger trying to play the middle right here. The scoop into the recovery into the scoop, getting a lot of good damage disruption out, but that's going to be Jerryk. The weapon throw actually disrupting him, preventing him from getting the dodge to avoid Vortex's KO, and now Tiger by himself. This could be Tiger ending up, Tiger and Jerryk heading down to the losers finals to await that right here with the Reaper Vortex 2v1 being a very dangerous position to be in. We saw them lose last time in the winners semifinals to the same team, and it looks like it's gonna happen again. But this time in the winners finals, Tiger and Jerryk dropping down to the losers finals as Vortex and Reaper qualify into the grand finals.
That was huge. It was looking very shaky there. Definitely in the beginning, Jerryk was almost a non-issue for the blue team going into that. It was on the back of Tiger. And even in that final game, Tiger put out 561 damage. Jerryk barely got over 300. He only put out 319, picked up 1 KO. Meanwhile, on the blue team, there is a damage difference between those two, 626 to 484. But then where Reaper may have fallen off in terms of damage, he's picking up 4 KOs. So he's there to finish off the damage that Vortex does and turn that damage into KOs, which can be really important. Obviously, it's very important for a teammate.
Yeah, and now that we have that, we are going to be coming into the losers quarter set now. And that is going to be a little bit of a mix-up here. I believe it is Sire and Dot versus Joe Suit and Dolan. And so...